And we welcome in WNBA All-Star and ESPN college basketball analyst Kara Lawson. Kara, what is the national perception of this Horns team?
You know, I think this is a Texas team that is on fringe of the national rankings. And when you take a look at the fact they're 8-5 in the Big 12, of course they have that loss against Baylor yesterday, and they got swept in that season series. This is a team that has some quality wins to its resume, and they've got an opportunity this week to sweep the season series against Oklahoma and against Iowa State. The thing I think that might be hurting their national perception a little bit was that loss to TCU. That's a bad loss in Big 12 play, but I think if you look at their entire resume, this is a team that's right on the fringe, and if they have a good week this week, I think they'll be in the national rankings.
Well, for a team 24th in the RPI, who's played the 10th toughest schedule in the country, why aren't they ranked? Do you take it all back to that TCU game?
Well, I definitely think the TCU game hurt, and you know, I think they deserve to be ranked personally. I'm not a voter. I'm not someone that ranks teams, but I think the consistency that they've shown in Big 12 play, they're a team that has 3 RPI top 50 wins. They have that win against Texas A&M. It was early in the season, but you look at what Texas A&M has done in the SEC. I think this is a team that they have struggled with turnovers. They have struggled with making free throws, but they have pretty nice balance. And you look at what Karen Aston has done in terms of building her depth. She's had to change her lineup around a ton. I think they're a team that's right there in one of the top 25 teams in the country.
Texas has used 11 different starting lineups over the course of the season. The current starting 5 have gone 5-1. What is it like being on a team with this many lineup changes over the course of the season?
It's tough. You know, lineup changes are a lot easier early in the season when you're still trying to develop rotation. Later in the season, sometimes it's hard to get a feel for you know, continuity and chemistry. When you start the game with the same 4 players throughout the course of the season, there's kind of a rhythm that can develop on the offensive end and on the defensive end as well. And when you look at this team, they've got 6 underclassmen in their rotation. And when you're changing it around on those players as well, it can be a challenge. You know, to me, I think moving forward for Texas, it's going to come down to their upperclassmen.
Well, Kara, Baylor is the gold standard when it comes to women's basketball in the state of Texas today. What will it take for the Longhorns to reclaim that title in your mind?
How about the graduation of Odyssey Sims? That might help a little bit. That'll help them to take the title back. You know, I think for Texas, it's about starts in recruiting and getting some of those top players, some of those top in-state players. I mean, Baylor built their success over the last 4 years on Brittany Griner out of the Houston area and Odyssey Sims out of the Dallas area. We know how much talent there is in that state. Continue to get those recruits. And I referenced it already, 6 underclassmen in their rotation. So this is a team over the next couple seasons that should grow and should be right there with Baylor in the Big 12.
And they should be a lot of fun to watch along the way as Karen Aston develops her team. Kara Lawson, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kaylee.